Hi, everybody. Welcome to Controversial Conversations with Kyler. Today's topic is going to be the Kyle Rittenhouse trial versus Jussie Smollett. So basically, the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, he was found not guilty on his charges. Basically, people decided that he did not show up to the protest with malicious intent and did not show negligence in the murder of two people and injuring one with his weapon that, mind you, was acquired through basically fraudulent activity and was not licensed to this individual. Largely because the judge barred people from considering anything prior to Kyle's arrival to the protest. So no one could consider the fact that he literally traveled across state lines to get to a protest that had nothing to do with him or his local community. So their argument was that he had relatives that lived nearby that he occasionally visited, but was not a permanent resident of. Whatever. Anyways, my point being is that people found him innocent because they felt there was not enough evidence to suggest that he was guilty. Essentially, after finding out all the information about how he acquired the weapon, finding about all the information about how he was not asked to participate and be there in any official sense, and the fact that people wouldn't be dead right now had he decided not to attend. Regardless, there simply was not enough evidence to suggest that he was guilty, therefore he was found entirely innocent. Now, the controversial part being is that in the United States legal system, Jussie Smollett did not benefit from the innocent until proven guilty factor that Kyle Rittenhouse did. Basically, in Jussie Smollett's case, he was found guilty because people felt that his evidence did not prove him innocent. And that is the exact opposite of what our legal system is supposed to do. Let me paint a scenario for you. Basically, the evidence against Jussie Smollett was that there was a check from him to the individuals that assaulted him. Also, there was a connection between the individuals that assaulted him and Jussie Smollett. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not about to add his situation to any civil rights memo or conversation that I talk about, suggesting that, in America, this is the kind of discrimination that we receive, other than his court case. And the reason for that is because let's suggest for a second that he did actually hire these people. That would be really wrong, right? But now let's look at the fact that, what if he didn't? He wouldn't be the first person that police actually framed or that police actually had a vendetta against, and therefore they made a case happen. So from that perspective, let's say Jussie Smollett was actually attacked by the people that were witnesses for the police. And it's said that the police actually contacted these individuals and that these individuals were held by the police for several days in a hotel provided by the police. They were not put in jail. They were placed in a hotel. They were questioned about their involvement, and it's my understanding that based on their participation in the investigation, they were not charged themselves. So let's say Jussie paid them, like he said, for personal training sessions. And he had a sexual relationship with one of them who had demonstrated that he was actually homophobic. So it would be rather problematic if it came out that he was in that relationship with Jussie. So let's say him and his cousin or brother, whoever the other guy was with him, decided that they didn't like, or that he felt that they were getting too close, and to demonstrate that that wasn't the case, they decided they were going to jump him. Well, since they know him, chances are they probably are going to know where he's at, or it's going to be a text message saying, "Hey, where are you at? Like, what are you doing? Are you staying, on your diet, whatever?" And they find out where he's at, and then they attack him, and then the police come and say, "Hey, this is what we think happened. Is this what happened? Were you, and provide this backstory for them. Why would you not participate that way and get off the hook? All the while screwing over the person that you're upset with in the first place." So again, not saying that's the scenario. I'm simply saying because there's a possibility that that's a scenario, it doesn't make sense that Jussie Smollett was found guilty based on the innocent until proven guilty. In fact, you're supposed to be able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that this person was in fact guilty of the charges. And that is not what was said here. What was said, if you review the case, is that based on the information, which is a check and the fact that he knew the perpetrators, is why he is the one that is being deemed as guilty. Essentially, he very well may have been the victim, but because he didn't have all the information, whenever he reached out to people that are supposed to be the people gathering the information, he is now the one on the receiving end of injustice again, but from the people that are supposed to be helping him figure this out and hold the people that are actually guilty accountable. Again, I'm not sitting here saying that I believe that Jussie Smollett is innocent or anything like that. I'm simply saying that I believe that our justice system failed him because oftentimes people of color are not believed. In fact, they are often seen as the individual needing correction, and that they are not receiving the same type of treatment within our justice system. And if you look at the Jussie Smollett case versus the Kyle Rittenhouse case, it's pretty clear in my opinion. Again, maybe controversial, but I encourage you to do your research.